Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum, while we were doing our member live stream, has adjusted and Ethereum is starting to pump. Now, this is too much for what I had on the chart before, a wave 4 with one more low, but we reacted here to the 50% retracement and are starting to rally. So at the moment, there is no more expectation of one more low. As I said to you in the previous video, we have to expect a breakout above the descending trend channel. First of all, above 1480, a sustained break above 1480 was a first signal that things could be changing in the break out of the channel. You can see how relevant that resistance level was because a break above the channel caused basically an intraday nearly 6% move of ETH, which is quite decent. Okay, so we are now seeing upside. You could say that it's way too early at the moment to, well, it is a bit too early to confirm that indeed we are now rallying in a 5-wave move to the upside that will take us to a new high, $2,000 plus, because that's one of the possibilities, right? We talked about this could be a wave 2 low. Anywhere in this green support area, we could find a bottom. This could be a wave 2 low, and we could after that rally to, and let me just give you a price target, but don't think this is definitely going to happen because there's of course a fallback plan, a second scenario. So if we draw it, the 1.618 extension would take us to $2,460. That's the next, well, the first target I would say is around about $2,000 in a more bullish scenario, because that would take us to the 1-to-1 ratio. You cannot rule out that this is just an ABC structure, and we could take it could take it to $2,000. Yeah, best to be a bit on the conservative side here. The more extended target would take it to 2,460, maybe even higher, but that's sort of what we can see now as a guideline. Now that's the first scenario that we're observing, and that will become much more credible and likely if we break above 1590, which is this B-wave swing high. I did reconstruct it a little bit, this count. I might make one or two more changes, but that's how I could do it now to update you guys quickly. And a break above, yeah, okay, and that's the first signal. And the next signal would be a break above 1662. So we are now back in resistance. So the market would need to show us that it first can break above 1590. And the next key level is, first of all, 1599 or 1600. That's the golden ratio. And the 78.6 retracement at 1662. Until we get above the red zone, we could also follow the yellow count, which indicates here an A wave down, a B wave to the upside, and a C wave to the downside to get a deeper wave 2. For the sake of, and for the sake of survival for many of the altcoins, it would be good not to do the ABC, but instead to start to rally straight away, because a lot of the altcoins are already much lower in their support areas. But either way, both scenarios are possible. And I'm showing you the yellow count ABC because Ethereum basically did hold the 50% retracement. So these two are likely in a similar way. If anybody entered in the green support area, what you could do if you like to, you can move up your stop loss to your break-even point. Then you take the risk out already. I did buy in this area. I think 2 of my buy orders were triggered for ETH or 3. I would need to look it up actually. But now it's all about managing risk, letting it run, seeing if it can rally above that resistance area. If it can, and gets above 1662, that would increase massively the likelihood of rallying to $2,000 and maybe more in the coming weeks. Yeah, so I only did post today on the Telegram and Discord community chat that I think we could get really a bounce from here, but I talked about that in many of the videos anyway, just because those bearish news, and I talked about it last week extensively, no, this week, that those bearish news that we had, they often occur at the bottoms. I did show you as well other indications that were indicative of a bottom, like the oversold range on the relative strength index. Did anticipate one more smaller low here in the support area, but also highlighted to you it's not guaranteed. And as you know, my strategy is typically to scale into these support areas, to take the lazy approach. Yeah, to take the lazy approach, scaling in, scaling out in resistance, or scaling into support, scaling out in resistance, But let's see, I don't want to take profits here too early because we could be heading to $2,000 and beyond. But risk management is important here. So anybody who put on a lot of risk, maybe even leverage, I would definitely recommend to move up your stop loss to break even. But eventually, that is your own decision. Yeah, I can't make that decision for you. So far looking good. We now need to be watching the next resistances, which are approaching us directly. Or the price is approaching the resistances. So the next ones are here 1590, which is the B wave high. Here, this one. And then we've got 1599 or 1600 and 1662. And again, a break above that would take it most likely to $2,000 as per Fibonacci extensions. And that's what I'm observing at the moment here. But yeah, certainly the rally is too strong to still make or give us a likely low. But now again, we've rallied so quickly into resistance after breaking out of our channel, which was the signal point, yeah, that we are already in the next resistance. That's how it sometimes works. You move from resistance to resistance. But yeah, you know, that's sort of where we are. We see some decent volume as well. Yeah, if you compare that, I mean, it's not massive, but it's decent volume here. I mean, let me go to the, let's see on the daily. The daily you don't see too much, but if we go to the 4 hour, you see some decent volume, which carried this move, which is good. I mean, it's sort of at the same level of some of those moves that occurred during the week. Yeah. And yeah, looking okay, I think, from a volume point of view here, Ethereum. So I'm going to observe that for you, we don't really see 5 waves yet. Maybe it will turn into 5-wave structure. Did highlight that this could be a 1-2-1-2 setup, but it's not reliable until you see that pump. Now we saw the pump, so I can say, okay, maybe. We saw here a 1-2-1-2. This is now the 3, and it will rally higher based on that. But again, it could also be a high B wave. So it just needs observing. Market will show, but so far the turnaround occurred in the trend reversal area. Let's see if it's of substance or if we see any weakness. If we see any weakness here, I will of course make you aware that we are at risk of coming back into this support area down here. That risk at the moment is still very much present because we are in resistance now, but these are the relevant areas, the next pivots, and let's see how the market does react. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.